So far, in this series, I've been able to come up with a new wave for whatever collab I have chosen, but this episode will be different. Today, I want to cover all of the collabs that are not well known, either from the source material just not being as mainstream, or the very fact that people just don't know it was a collab in the first place. And I see we are starting off with Mistborn. Woohoo. So for those of you that don't know, this character right here is named Kelsier. He is from the Mistborn series. Now fun fact, on the first video of this series, I got a comment saying, I wonder what he's gonna do for Mistborn, probably just look up the main villain. So I looked up the main villain of Mistborn on Google. I would like to introduce you all to Ruin. This character's main goal is to destroy the world and has the power of destruction manipulation. The wiki also says he is classified as a cataclysmic deity. I have no idea what that means, but that sounds pretty cool. And for that reason alone, I want to see him get added to Fortnite. I'm sure a lot of you guys actually do remember this Kingsman collaboration. Oh wait, you don't? Well that's crazy, cause yeah, Fortnite has actually collabed with the Kingsman before. Now granted, it was only just a mythic added into Battle Royale, but hey, that does qualify as a collaboration. So for a future wave of Kingsman, I would really like to see Eggsy and Harry get added as skins, and then the Umbrella get added as both a glider and then also a pickaxe. Look, I know it's a very simple choice, but I do like it. I told you, we're getting to the lesser known collabs this video. These two backblinks here was what Fortnite did for a collab with Jean-Michel Basquiat. I don't know how to say his last name, so I'm saying it's Basquiat. Now this guy is an artist from the 80s who died at the age of 28, so that's quite a sad fact, but let's move on from that. As for another collab with him, I suggest getting more backblings of his art. I say that because I don't think kids nowadays are going to buy some random guy from the 80s as a Fortnite skin, but perhaps they'd buy a shiny new backbling. Yes, this is also a collab. This collab was from the Chapter 3 Season 2 Battle Pass with the brand Segway. So since this was an emote now locked behind a Battle Pass, why not give us a reskin of the emote with a different product from Segway? Like whatever the first result was on Google when we search for Segway brand. Yeah, that works. Let's just say I'm glad this is with Time Magazine and not a collab with Martin Luther King Jr. I don't know what they could do, because it was a map. It was a creative map honoring Martin Luther King Jr., but it was a collab with Time Magazine. Why does this exist? This is even worse than Quibi. I'll talk about Quibi later, but this is even worse than Quibi. Maybe just do like another creative map or something. I don't know. Let's just move on. This is bad.
Don't have a good day. Have a great day.
I loved this movie, and I'm so happy that this movie got a full quest line back in Chapter 2, and in terms of a collab, we've got a skin and an emote. The emote wasn't exclusive for some reason, but the skin does come back to the item shop from time to time. It usually just takes him years to come back to the item shop, but still, time to time. I think if we did get another wave of this collab, we should either get Blue Shirt Guy and Buddy, or just Blue Shirt Guy. Now I will say, this movie was a good movie, but it's nothing to write home about. So we're just gonna quickly move on to the next collab wave because, let's be honest, Free Guy isn't gonna get anything new at any point in time. We got a glider, 2 emotes, and a wrap from this collab, but no skins! Keanu Reeves is already in this game twice, so getting a Neo skin should have been top priority when they first released these cosmetics. And not to mention, it's been about 2,000 days since these were in the item shop, so I'm just saying, if we do get a Neo skin added to the game, people could finally remember that the Matrix is in Fortnite. I would also like to see Trinity and Agent Smith get added alongside Neo, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. As if Quibi is getting another wave. How about this? Since Quibi went bankrupt in October of 2020, for another wave, what if we got a trash dump bin that is themed around Quibi? You know, that's probably a little bit too harsh. It should be on fire as well. I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue what this is or what they could add. Since I don't speak Spanish, it's quite difficult for me to find another character they could add from this IP, so I'm just gonna pick the easy way out. Since this collab got default reskins, just add some of the new default face models in these outfits. Look, I know this is lame and I do apologize, but non parlo molto bene lo spagnolo perché ho abbandonato il corso di spagnolo al liceo? I'm just gonna say what I wanted to joke about. I was gonna say I don't speak Spanish in Italian, but wow, I can't even speak Italian. On screen, I'll put what I would try to say. So, surprisingly, we actually did get a Doctor Who collab in this game already, but it's just a spray, that's it. And it was exclusive. So they really didn't actually do a collaboration with Doctor Who, but they did technically collab. So for a hypothetical next wave of Doctor Who, why not actually add Doctor Who? Now, since I'm not a big fan of Doctor Who, I don't know which Doctor they could do. However, just add any of them with the sonic screwdriver as a pickaxe and the TARDIS as a glider and call it a day, because that would sell so well. Like, seriously, I've seen so many people online asking for a Doctor Who collab. I mean, it's crazy how nothing has happened other than this singular spray. No more waves. This idea, I think, is going to happen eventually. So with the new sidekicks added to the game, and the fact that we have vehicle cosmetics too, what if when we get a Ralph skin, we also got a Penelope sidekick and her car as a vehicle? Like I said, this will eventually happen because just Disney owns a portion of Epic Games. How is this not gonna happen? My guess for when this happens is whenever their new game mode gets released. That is when we're gonna get Ralph as a skin, and it'd be nice if we could get his emote back in the item shop too. That'll be a nice little gesture they could do for us. Just bring the free emote back to the item shop. That'd be nice. Finally, we are on the last collab on my list. I'm gonna say this now, I definitely missed a few lesser known collabs because, come on, they're lesser known for a reason. But anyway, since this was a collab that we only got backblings as part of the collab, what if we got both the Monopoly Man as a skin and then the game board as a glider slash backbling? I know, this one is super interesting and so many people are still watching at this point. But there's only really one thing you can add with another Monopoly collab, and that would be the Monopoly Man. Well, anyway, thank you all so very much for watching. Please do let me know what collabs I missed because I did miss a few. I'm gonna be honest, I totally missed a few. Please do consider subscribing and don't forget to use creator code Delta the Wildcard in the Fortnite item shop to get 0% off your next bundle. And I'll see you on the next one. God bless and goodbye for now.